There's no one that knows more about a virus than I do, because I studied this issue for 50 years. And the same is also with the virus. There are people out there that are experts that study this year after year after year, and that are experienced, like Dr. Fauci, that has been in this, probably for his entire life. I mean, why would you not believe someone like that? So, and there's so many other scientists out there and experts on this subject. So I believe them and I follow them very carefully. And of course, sometimes things are happening that are unexpected. So then you have to make the adjustments and all that. But I think people should know there is a virus here. It kills people. And the only way we prevent it is to get vaccinated, to wear masks, to do social distancing, washing your hands all the time, and not just to think about, well, my freedom is being kind of disturbed here. No, screw your freedom, because with freedom comes obligations and kind of responsibilities. We cannot just say, I have the right to do X, Y, and Z. When you affect other people, that is when it gets serious. It's like no different than a traffic light. We put a traffic light at the intersection so someone doesn't kill someone else by accident. So this is why we have a traffic light. You cannot say, no one is going to tell me that I'm going to stop here, that I have to stop at this traffic light here. I'm going to go right through it. Yeah, then you kill someone else, and then it is your doing. So this is the same thing with the virus. You cannot go and not put a mask on, because when you breathe, you can infect someone else, and you can infect someone that then gets sick and may die. So this is why I think we all have to work together on this. The only way we can lick this virus is, again, if we do like I suggested earlier about politics, we have to come together rather than fighting and always just saying, this, according to my principles, this is a free country and I'm going to have the freedom to wear no mask. Yeah, you have the freedom to wear no mask, but you know something, you're a schmuck for not wearing a mask.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So I wanted to talk about this story. I found it quite amusing. Arnold Schwarzenegger has officially apologized for saying, screw your freedom, when it came to 2020 and the whole vaccine, wearing a mask. He was on a podcast, I believe it was, and he was talking about how everybody needs to wear masks, everybody needs to get the vaccine, everybody needs to listen to Fauci. He was saying all of that because they are the experts and we should just comply in order to save our neighbor, save our fellow human being from this deadly virus. We should just do as we're told and not ask any questions. And if we do, wear schmucks. Something to that effect, he said. And today, fast forward, I believe it was in 2021, he said that. Fast forward now, 2023. He says he regrets his words. So I don't know whether it's, he regrets the whole COVID response promoting that, or it's just his words. So who knows? Anyone who knows me knows I'm a huge Arnie fan. Well, I was. We've all grown up watching Terminator. I loved when he was the governor. He's a Republican, apparently. And I'm not from California, but I have relatives there. And they said that even relatives who are liberals, they said he did what he could, and they were quite happy with the job that he did while he was the governor. He came to this country as a bodybuilder, and then he got offers, because of the way he's built, he got offers, in acting. And look, he's made such a huge success of his life.
Get to the chopper!
I respect him as an athlete as well, as a bodybuilder. I know back in the 90s, there was some help that came along with building that muscle. They all had a little bit of help, but still, he knows what he's talking about when it comes to fitness, when it comes to building muscle. So I respect him for that too. But it just appears that he kind of lost his way, if you ask me, especially as a Republican. You're saying screw your freedom. Isn't that what this country is based on? Is our freedoms, our rights, our constitutional rights and everything? And yeah, it was a huge slap in the face. Now, he doesn't have to agree with the whole, if he believes in the vaccine, if he believes in masks, that's his choice. Trump is the one who brought out the vaccine. And he still stands by it. Last time I checked, he still stands by the vaccine. So it's not just believing everything, that I believe per se, but it's just the way it was a huge slap in the face. Very disappointing. It really was. For me, as an Arnold fan. So let's just see. This is an exchange that took place on Twitter. This Twitter account was promoting Arnold's new podcast. Apparently, it's a inspirational fitness type of podcast, and it sounds pretty good. And someone said, after the whole screw your freedom thing, I'm not too much of a fan of his anymore. Yeah, someone said that left a bad taste in my mouth, and I'm not quite over that. So I don't know if I'm going to be embracing this podcast anytime soon. And this Twitter account said, I wasn't a fan of that stance either. But like family members who went there and friends, I understand it. They were afraid and believed they could trust the authorities who claimed they had their best interests at heart. A hard but valuable lesson for the world. Not getting over it is the energy that will make these folks repeat their mistakes instead of opening their minds to alternative possibility and action. And that's a nice way of looking at it, Let's have a conversation rather than just, being angry with one another. Maybe we should just have a conversation. Maybe that's what the person's alluding to. And Arnie saw that tweet and said, I want to thank you for your open-mindedness. I think we should be able to disagree without being enemies. Here's what else I would say. I'm sorry for saying those words. I try to be relentlessly positive, but sometimes my mouth gets ahead of me. I should have communicated better. Okay, so there's now the question. Do you forgive Arnold? Do you forgive him for his heinous words? For people who weren't too keen on wearing masks and having their businesses shut down and being told that if you don't get this vaccine, you're going to lose your job, or you can't go to a restaurant unless you have this vaccine. Do you think he was misguided with this whole, if we do this, we can save lives? Because we know now that the vaccine don't stop anything, and wearing masks isn't all it's cracked up to be either. Doesn't do anything. We now know that, okay? And they've admitted it. So is he going to now say, I was wrong about the whole thing? Or is it just you used a poor choice of words? Very interesting. I'm kind of leaning towards him saying it was just a poor choice of words. I need him to denounce Fauci. I need him to denounce masks and the vaccine. I would like to see that if I'm to be honest. But I think, Shane here has the right idea that we all have family members who we disagree with. We all along over the years have had different views when it comes to this. Some people got the vaccine because they felt that it was the right thing to do at the time. They really believed that it was going to protect their grandma, or they may have had a child that they wanted to protect. And I'm not going to knock somebody for that. I really am not. And then you have people like me. You might not agree with everything I say either. But you have people like me who's like, who are you to tell me that I'm supposed to just go along with your political agenda, which a lot of this turned out to be, and inject myself with something that we don't know the long-term implications of. We're only just starting to know that now. The clinical trials have only ended this year, if they've even ended, because they keep extending them. But they were supposed to end in February, so we'll see whether they actually have ended the clinical trials now. Anyway, so I want to ask you, let me know in the comments below, do you forgive Arnold? Do you forgive him for his terrible, combative words, calling us schmucks? Screw your freedom. Do you forgive him for those words? Again, I've always been a huge fan of Arnie, but once again, for me, it was a wake-up call. Don't buy into the celebrity culture so much, because that's why they had celebrities promoting the vaccine, because they knew people follow celebrities. People, put a lot of weight on what they say. So for me, it was a wake-up call. He was a childhood hero of mine. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, you shouldn't really, I'm an adult now. Think for yourself. Don't follow celebrities. Don't follow politicians, because they have an agenda, including Republicans, as we can see. So, it was a learning experience for me. Am I going to hold a grudge against him? No. I think what we're learning about the whole COVID response, what we're learning about the vaccine, about masks, is enough punishment in itself for these people, because what they say, what they've promoted is out there forever. And they are going to be proven to be on the wrong side of history. So that in itself is enough punishment. So yeah, I can forgive him. God encourages us as Christians to forgive. So yeah, for that reason, I can forgive him. Will I ever forget? No. So let me know what you think. Do you forgive him? Do you forgive Arnold? Were you a fan of his? Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and take care of yourselves.